Until quite recently, the survival of Cree families in the region of Trout Lake was closely linked to the availability of moose. The moose provided food, clothes, and tools. Hence, very little of the animal was discarded. The Indians do not depend on moose to the same extent today. Nonetheless, the well-being of the community is still influenced by the prevalence of moose. There is no rigid pattern or procedure followed when it comes to moose hunting. Some expeditions are planned well in advance. Others begin with just a few hours of preparation. Similarly, a hunter may set out alone or in the company of relatives or neighbors. Vital Cardinal's hunting party will have 4 members. Accompanying Vital is his 17-year-old son, Louis, a neighbor, William Beaver, who has arranged to meet the group the following day, and, unexpectedly, Vital's youngest son, Oliver. Rarely are boys his age given this opportunity. The first morning on the trail begins with the arrival of William Beaver. After a quick breakfast, gear is repacked and the search for moose is underway. The final destination of the hunting party is not known precisely. Tentatively, it is set for an area of lakes about 20 miles east of the settlement. This distance is considerable when the journey is through dense bush and recurring muskeg, making it necessary to rest the horses from time to time. At this camp, Vital is preparing rabbit for the noonday meal. Despite the trend to motorboats, it is not difficult to realize why Indians retain the canoe for use in hunting. It is light, it's ideal in shallow water or where weeds are abundant, and most important, it creates a minimum of noise. With no sign of moose at the first lake, the hunters move on. The second lake looks more promising. Evidence of numerous fresh tracks raise hopes that there will be moose meat over the campfire tonight. And indeed, the hunters are not to be denied this time. The moose is not as large as they would like, but at least the trip has not been in vain. Butchering moose requires an experienced hand. Vital, for example, severs the head by making the cut just at the right place. His knife passes cleanly through the neck without obstruction from bone. The rest of the carcass is handled with equal skill. In particular, care has to be taken in removing the hide, as unintentional cuts to the skin reduce its usefulness. Almost every part of the animal is eaten or utilized in some manner. The head is of special value. The ears, eyes, nose, and tongue are eaten and greatly appreciated. On the other hand, the brain is used in tanning. Internal organs, including the heart, liver, kidneys, and some intestines, are also considered delicacies, as is the marrow extracted from bone in the lower parts of the leg. One thing is clear, waste is at a minimum. Even bones have a use as dog food. Ironically, the one item that Indians do leave behind is what the white hunters seem to prize most, the antlers. Perhaps there is no one hungrier than little Oliver. It appears he's already selected his supper. As customary, those participating in the hunt have first choice of the delicacies. Their reward is well-deserved after hours of hard work. And a fire crackling under thick chunks of fresh moose meat is always a pleasant way to round out the day. During the return trip, no further attempt to kill moose will be made unless moose are sighted on the trail or near camp. The outcome of a hunt is of interest to everyone, and in a short time the news spreads throughout the settlement. Details of the hunt are also of interest because the estimated numbers of moose and conditions in the area help other men decide when and where they will hunt. In order to make the division of moose as fair as possible, parts are shared in such a way that the head goes to one family and the hide to another. In this case, it was decided that William would take home the hide.